Alright. Welcome to Sideboard MTG. And you may have guessed it, we're playing Rakdos Unsealing. We put out the deck tech for this deck a few days ago, and I think Kenneth is off today, and he was wanting to see this deck played. We were going to try to get this out a little bit earlier today, but, you know, 2-year-old problems, things like that. So, you know, we're doing it now, and I hope you guys enjoy. The plan here is to showcase the power of the deck, and that's exactly what I hope to do. In testing games and everything, the deck was actually very, very powerful. I do like the deck. If you guys want to check out the deck tech, you can find that on my channel. And if you want to watch the gameplay, stick around, because that's what we're doing. Alright guys, it's pretty straightforward. It's a Sarkhan's Unsealing deck. We've got a ton of ways to trigger Sarkhan's Unsealing. We've got some very aggressive creatures that we're going to be, you know, pushing in early damage with. We've got some good control type cards to, you know, remove our opponent's creatures so that we can continue to get in with our creatures, or even just buy us enough time to get our Sarkhan's Unsealing online and then kind of go from there. The sideboard's got all kinds of nice little, you know, tricks and stuff in it. So I may end up wanting to play more than one game with this. So I want to go ahead and get started. Right? We're just gonna we'll jump into some cues here. So we can find us an opponent. Oh, look at that! Pistachio wants to play. Here we go. Alright, we won the dice roll, so we would love to play first. Absolutely. Ooh, we get to start out with Canyon Slew, hold up Fatal Push after that. This is fine. This is fine. We got some Doomfall action going here. So, yeah. Now, if I would have had like a basic land with 4 lands in this hand, I probably would have kept this Canyon Slew for cycling. Oh. Are we going against one of the mono blue artifact decks? We'll see. There we go. Mono blue artifact. Well, that's a thing, I guess. Doomfall is probably going to be pretty sweet. Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot. He's going to take a little life, draw a few cards. And I think I'm just going to Doomfall our opponent here. We're gonna take the one card that he kept his hand for. I doubt he kept it for a Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot or Renegade Map. So yeah, we're gonna try to do some stuff. Sean, what's up, man? How you doing? Ooh, Aether Flux Reservoir, Inspiring Statuary, Metallic Rebuke. So he does need to sack this to get a land. I think Inspiring Statuary is the most important card here. We can play through the Metallic Rebuke. So yeah, I'm going to take the Inspiring Statuary, and we'll go from there. I'll keep this up so we know the cards that is in his hand. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the commit and memory part here. And that's going to be our turn. Boros Boons, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. Good, man. Thanks for keeping you entertained at work. Hey, that's the plan, right? Right? Gotta keep you guys with some content, because you know that's the thing. Gotta have some content. I just want to Glint Sleeve Siphoner here. If he wants to counter this, this is fine. You ask when you play this. I guess the answer is right now. Yeah, like no time like the present. I would rather him counter that and then not be able to counter our Joshu Vess or our Demanding Dragon, because those are going to be hitting really, really hard. So yeah, I'm just gonna Joshu here. So we know he got rid of that. We know he played an Aetherflux Reservoir. I mean, he's going to gain a little bit of life here. Probably just play another Reservoir and then a Mox Amber, right? So he's going to gain some life, and this may actually be really hard to beat. So we'll see what happens. Alright, he got a land. He's going to play the land. He's going to play the Mox Amber. He played the other Aetherflux Reservoir. Man, we need a land. Well, let's punch him. Punchy, punchy. We'll Glint Sleeve Siphoner, gain a little energy, and pass the turn. So this is kind of a dead card for us. You love the midday streams. It's a nice change. Well, these midday streams may end up moving to Twitch. I haven't like 100% decided on that yet. I'm wanting to kind of just branch out a little bit, and just be able to stream in more places, be able to reach more people, increase my audience a little bit. I mean, best case scenario, we start streaming to Twitch and we get some more people showing up at our night streams. That would be great. So yeah, come on, land. Not for you, opponent. Well, we don't get a land because our next card's Joshu Vess, right? Well, we could still get a land. I mean, if we get to keep this Glint Sleeve Siphoner around. He's going to cast Memory and try to go off right here. Well, there's our land. This is going to be good. Ornithopter. Ornithopter. Mox Amber. Oh my goodness. He may have everything he needs to just get it done. Dire Fleet Ravager might be a thing here. Yes, we would love to draw a card. All right. So, I'm going to play a land. And I 100% think that we just have to Dire Fleet Ravager this turn. Just because we need to make him lose as much life as possible. And then we'll get into combat. I'm not scared of these Ornithopters, so we're just going to swing. And we'll take him back down to 17. Shuffle our Hellion back into the deck. So, first time you've caught a live stream, evening viewing for England. Well, then my midday streams are going to be good for my my audience overseas, I guess. That's awesome. Nim, thank you for showing up. Okay. Paradoxical outcome. Alright, well, that's probably going to end badly for us. He's going to replay all these zero-cost spells, draw a million cards. Yeah, I'm just going to have 6, and we're gonna see if he gets to 50 here to destroy us. I mean, he's got 10 more cards in hand. There's not another Mox Amber, and he's still doing things. There we go. Alright, well, we'll begin the sideboard. And we've got a lot of toys for him. So, we don't need Fatal Push. Cast Down's probably not going to be a thing. Sovereign's Bite, maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna look for a couple more cards here. Activated abilities with Sorcerer's Spyglass. You can call the Aetherflux Reservoir. You won't be able to stop the life gain, but they won't be able to kill you with it. So, that's a thing, you know. We don't need the Sweltering Suns, I don't think. He may have a Psy deck or something like that, but I think we can beat Psy with our Sarkhan's Unsealing. We'll probably cut the Sovereign's Bite. And then, moving on up. What do we do? I almost want to just cut a land. On the play, just cut a land and go. What if I just cut a swamp or a mountain? I'll cut a mountain. I'm going to cut a mountain. By force would be funny against this deck. It would. Or the goblin one. Is that still in play? This is okay hand. I mean, especially if we get this glint sleeve rocking. We can glint sleeve, start getting in for some for a little bit of damage and start drawing some cards. I think that's where we want to go. Yeah, release the gremlins. That's the one, Boros. Yeah. Can you imagine release the gremlins and then be like, what? What? We've got like, you know, bunch of little gremlins here. Oh, multiple Sarkhan's Unsealing. This could be a good hand. A land right here would be terrific. Oh, this deck loves us. Alright. So if we let him keep the inspiring statue, oh, he's got a sigh. Commit to memory. Well, we're definitely taking paradoxical outcome. I think we can deal with sigh with our Sarkhan's Unsealings. So we're going to swing. I will bring up the revealed cards for you guys. We'll get rid of memory, commit, memory, commit. And we'll gain a little energy and pass the turn. Getting rid of the paradoxical outcome is pretty good. You love the Battle for Zendikar full art lands. You know, this is probably one of my favorite mountains. I just love the art in it. Alright, so we'll draw an additional card here because, like, life total doesn't really matter here. So we can duress and play Pyromancer. Like, what do we really duress for here? Like a commit, take a prophetic prism. I think we take the prophetic prism. That could be wrong. Maybe maybe we're supposed to take a commit there. Oh dear goodness. All right, so we know he played that. He played an island. Let's get rid of that commit memory, commit memory, commit memory, commit memory. So he's got 4 cards in hand. We will attack, gain a little energy. We'll need that later. You had a ton of disposable income. You would go with unstable lands. Yeah, you would need a ton of disposable income though, wouldn't you? And there's the Fopter. Oh. Come on, land. Land. Oh, that's not a land. Don't do us like this, deck. Don't do it. Don't do it. Might be in a little bit of trouble here. Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot. I mean, we can buy some time, and then if we ever do get our Sarkhan's Unsealing down, we cast our Infernal Hellion, and we should be good from there. That's a land. A little late. Yeah, that one's gonna enter tap. That's gonna hurt us. They're great on turn 1, but man, drawing them on the turn that you need them, that hurts. That hurts. All right, so he commits. It's okay. We got everything we need right here. Are you gonna cast memory? Oh, come on. That's okay. I mean, we still have a Sarkhan's Unsealing, and we got more land now. So, I mean, if he's just gonna, you know, use the go wide plan, Sarkhan's Unsealing should beat this. So we have no clue what he's got in hand now. Wow, I mean, the opponent here, he's just doing things. I mean, we could Glorybringer and just kill Sai. I think I want to go for the Gusto. Midnight TV. And remember this this good entertainment when you're rich. Thank you very much, Midnight TV. I appreciate that, man. Smacking the stream boss for a healthy 5K there. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. Alright, well, he's got the Sai. I mean, I probably could have went for the Glorybringer to just kill Sai there. But if he doesn't, like, just go off, then... Or have some way to remove this. Like, if he doesn't bounce this, we'll be alright. If he casts commit on it, though, we're in trouble. So, Sarkhan's Unsealing is a cast trigger, so even if he counters this... Even if he counters this... Oh, Midnight V, my bad. There's a T at the end of it. That's fine. Nope, we're not paying for it. And... Punchy, punchy. Gotta love those cast triggers. Sigh. Oh, Gangnam Style. I hated that song. Oh my goodness, I hated that song. Ooh, Inspiring Statuary. Well, you're gonna love this part, opponent. You're gonna love it. You have more artifacts. I'm gonna get rid of this. He does have more artifacts. Ones that don't really do a ton, but they're more artifacts. Alright, so we've got more lands. I 100% think that we're just gonna Glorybringer here. We will go ahead, pop the Sai. We'll enter combat. We'll exert, so we can do that. I mean, he can block this, take the 4, and then the next thing we cast that triggers Sarkhan Unsealing, we'll just pop him in the face and go from there. We do have a castable spell in hand, so Glimmer of Genius, go for it, opponent. You go for it. But right now he can't even sacrifice his Metal Spinners. Puzzle Knots, things like that. Aetherflux Reservoir. There you go, opponent. There you go. What's that last card in your hand? Inspiring Statuary. Gain that life, opponent. Boom. Four to the face. Get there, baby. Yeah. Oh, man. I love that mono blue deck, but, man, I hate playing against it. Oh, my goodness. I hate playing against it. So when I think of Sai, I actually think of Uncle Sai from Duck Dynasty, you know, with his tea glass, right? Just, you know, making his little ducks. It's probably bad, right? All right. So we 100% know he has the Sai plan. We actually probably need to bring these Sweltering Suns back in. I think we did fine removing a land. Now we're on the play, so I also think that we're fine removing a land. Demanding Dragon, the Scorpion God. Maybe take out an Emmet. What else could we remove? Maybe even remove one Unsealing. I'll remove the Scorpion God. Since I'm taking out an Emmet, it's kind of reducing that. I mean, yeah, you could pay 3 and just start like pinging Thopters and, you know, draw cards. So 3 mana draw card, you know, that's not horrible. So, I mean, there is that. This is a decent hand. I mean, we've got our 4 mana. We'll be able to get to our Sarkhan's Unsealing, assuming the opponent allows us to. We'll turn 2 the Duress, and then turn 3 an Ammon Eternal. No, we'll turn 3 a Doomfall. We're just going to start ripping this guy's hand apart, if at all possible. I'm glad he didn't actually start out with a map there on 1, because then he would have been able to like just play this and hold up Rebuke on 2. And that could have been bad for us. But Duress will be decent. Yeah, he even had the Rebuke. So, what can he do next turn? So if we allow him to have this, that means he plays Inspiring Statuary next turn. If we take Inspiring Statuary, he doesn't play anything and he holds up Metallic Rebuke. Then if we take Aetherflux Reservoir, he gets to do both. Like, I really don't want him to have the Statuary. It kind of lets him just like go off with his spells, but I need to go off too. Technically we can just cast Doomfall to take the Metallic Rebuke next turn, or I could let him have the Inspiring Statuary and take the Reservoir and the Rebuke. So if I take Rebuke right here, he casts Inspiring Statuary, then, you know, we take Aetherflux Reservoir the next turn. So the question is do I want to let him have the Statuary? Right? Like, I can get the Rebuke one way or another. I think I take the Rebuke, we let him have the Statuary, and then next turn we'll take the Aetherflux Reservoir. Yeah. Opponent's gonna love us after this play. We'll see what else he's got here. So he's got Mox Amber and a land. Time to get to work. Time to get to work, ladies and gentlemen. Bam! Getting there. Alright, so now it's just going to be Amit, go. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, we drew Inspiring Statuary. That's okay. So I'm actually glad now that I've seen him draw one that we just let him have it. We know what he has in hand, which is nothing. He's played everything in hand. So this Doomfall is not going to do a ton. Alright. Now he's got to be able to stop these Ammon Eternals, which ain't exactly easy to stop, you know what I mean? You know, Sirius claims Statuary is the best card, which makes the difference. Well, I think I made the right play there, Jan. I mean, I like Xeris, but I do like, if you'll notice in game 1, I took the Statuary, right? Like, I also hold the Statuary to high praise. That card is kind of what makes the deck able to go off, but it's still, like, in that particular case, it just wasn't what we were needing, and the opponent's already scooped it up. Like, it's over. Just taking, like, him drawing another Statuary and things like that. Like, I think we made the right call there. I explained my reasons for what we take, and it paid off. So, like, I don't disagree with Sirius. Statuary is probably the best card, but based on what I seen right there and how our next couple turns were going to line up, we were going to allow him to use his mana and stop us from using our mana. So I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way that was going to line up, and based on what he had in hand, we were making him have to draw live. Like if he drew dead, then he was dead. So just based on that game, I don't think Statuary was the right call to take, and that's why I took the Rebuke. And then the following turn, I would have then taken, or I did take the Aetherflux Reservoir, which at that point, you know, he has to draw live. So yeah. All right, guys. I want to play one more. I do. I want to play one more with this deck. The deck's pretty sweet. This was just supposed to be a midday showcase. We were. I'm now selling deck techs and showcases. So, you know, if you guys got a deck you want played, I'll play it. I'm gonna try to make sure that those gameplays don't interfere with. Man, this is a bad hand. I think this might be a bad hand. But if you guys got a deck you want to see showcase, then let me know, and we'll go from there. I'll keep it. Like, it's not like the worst thing in the world, and we're against him again. I should have noticed that. All right, Benny. He wants his revenge. What's up, Dragon Lord? When did you sneak in on us? Okay. That was game one. I was originally only going to play, you know, just a showcase game, but I know that the person who bought this showcase is actually off today. Well, this ain't the same deck. Is off today, so maybe he wants to see a game or two more, and it's a fun deck, so I'll play a little bit more Magic with you guys. Let's see what happens here. This hand may not be so bad. Turbo Fog, maybe. I mean, we anticipate, so probably. The Showcase Showdown! Okay, so this Fatal Push is horrible. That's not horrible. Neither is this Attack for 2. And then if we do get resolve the Sarkhan's Unsealing, then we just need to start hitting our big creatures, and we'll do 4 damage per turn that way. So yeah, yeah, the Unsealing deck seems so good. I think it's going to be a fringe, based on, like, depending on what we get out of this next set. I think Sarkhan's Unsealing is just going to be one of these fringe decks. They're going to be there. You're going to have to worry about them. There's things they're going to be able to do to you, and you know, if you're not ready for it, then they're gonna stomp on you pretty hard. I do like that the Scorpion God is in this deck, and it comes in the turn after Sarkhan, so that's actually really, really sweet. That also comes in the turn after Sarkhan's Unsealing, which is really, really sweet. I am going to punch Nissa here, so if she pluses next turn, we'll be able to, you know, cast our Glorybringer and then punch Nissa that way. And I would rather go ahead and put the Sarkhan's Unsealing damage on the Nissa, because, like, he may be able to fog his way out of Glory hitting Nissa. So, yeah. Like, this is probably Teferi. Yeah, that's a Teferi. So, he's going to try to untap with his fog available. Alright. The good news is these decks normally don't run a lot of counter. Maybe some Settle the Wreckage or something like that, but not a lot of counter. Yeah, I'm just going to play Glorybringer here. Puts a lot of pressure on the opponent. I will just finish Nissa. Like, so Nissa allows him to see 2 additional cards per turn. And one of the things about Turbo Fog, you do not want to let them get above seeing 7 cards per turn. So now we're going to put him on, you must have the Fog here, or we kill Teferi. And, yeah. So we'll make him spend his Fog. And if he doesn't have it, then Teferi is dead. He's got it. Alright, there's the Fog. Yeah, make him spend those cards. Absolutely. Now, if he doesn't just start going infinite on us, and killing the Nissa will help. Yeah. Yeah, Nissa is normally a 1-up. Well, that depends on if you're playing the Eric Frolicek version, which this may be, and if it is, it has Settle the Wreckage in it. If you're not playing the Eric Frolicek version, then you probably got 2 Nissas in it. Like if you're playing the Li Shi Tian deck, he had 2 Karns, 2 Nissas. Eric Frolicek only had 1 Karn, 1 Nissa. So, you know, it just depends on which version of the deck that you're playing. But it does look like he's going to try to take an extra turn here. What'd you do, opponent? Like, we need to get to your end step to do that. Yeah, yeah, in to the one more. Yeah, there we go, opponent. Okay. Now, untap some of that. Do you? Did you do things wrong, opponent? I think our opponent messed up. Right? I think he just messed up. This will give us enough mana to cast like a 5-drop and Sovereign's Bite next turn. We're going to go ahead and attack Teferi. Attack Teferi. Let's see if the opponent's got another Fog. He does have a Haze of Pollen. So we will the Scorpion God Teferi. Bye, Teferi. Well, not bye, but take a punch, Teferi. Take a punch. Punchy, punchy. Opponent punt. Yeah, he messed up. He messed up pretty good. Now, I'm trying to sandbag this Field of Ruin. I don't want him to know we've got it. You know, next turn I'm going to play it regardless, but I have been trying to sandbag this Field of Ruin, so our opponent doesn't know it's there. No, it's not considered combat damage. Combat damage is damage that is dealt between creatures. That is your damage that is dealt in damage step. So no, unfortunately that is not combat damage. Alright, opponent. So punching Teferi there kept our opponent from ultimating, so now I can tuck the Unsealing. Tucking the Unsealing would kill the Teferi, and if he doesn't have another Fog, he's going to be in some serious trouble. And without that Nissa or other ways to, you know, draw more cards, you can have a forest. And Root Snare is in the exile zone. Make sure I did that right. So we'll untap some stuff. Man, I wish this was target player, like deal damage to target player or planeswalker. Man, wouldn't that be great? So we're gonna go attack Karn. You know what? Probably about to get settled here, right? Teferi. I guess Karn. Yeah. Yeah, this settle's gonna hurt. But we have to. I mean, we can't not. Oh, it's just a Root Snare. Alright. That's doable. We can live with that. I'm going to wait on my Sovereign's Bites. Like, these are the only 2 copies in the deck, and if we do happen to get the opponent low... Wow. Alright, so we're just going to go to second main phase. Is this another? Alright. Nexus. And I'm just holding up this search for Escanta. You can have the anticipate. Technically, that lets him dig a little bit deeper on the first glance. Well, it's a sorcery. I'm gonna hang on to it. Hang on to him right now because like we're just not even close to, you know, pushing the opponent. The opponent's not pushing our life total or anything like that. So I don't think we have to go that route. And I'm kind of interested in maybe killing my own Virashino Pyromancer for another draw. So wait, I'm actually playing your deck. Oh man, we've already crushed mono blue artifacts with it. Yeah, Aetherflux Reservoir got beat down. I mean, they beat us in game 1, but you know, I mean, come on, you bring in some Durez, another Doomfall, and then this is like smack, baby. You can have Teferi. That's bad, right? Oh. Yeah, this is game 1 right now. We're in game 1. We're only a minute up on the clock, though. And Gift of Paradise. Alright, so we can negate that with the Sovereign's Bite. Really just need to punch this opponent. Need to get rid of those Planeswalkers. Need those Vraska's Contempts, but they're setting right here. This may seem bad, guys, but I'm going to do it. I just want to draw this additional card. Like, what I want more than anything is a Hellion here. Hellion would be so good. I mean, that's not horrible. That's not either. Let's get into combat. So we're going to go for Teferi, Karn, I mean, he's got 5 cards. There's another Root Snare. He's cycling. We do have to keep this Teferi off of Ultimate for as long as possible. So I'm going to be redirecting this Virashino Pyromancer to the Teferi. That's probably one of the better parts of the Pyromancer there. You're safe to flip that search for Escanta 1 turn. Oh my goodness, a Hellion off the top would be like epic. Epic. Oh. Yeah, I got on a little later than I wanted to, Kenneth. For those of you you guys wondering, Kenneth here is the proprietor of this deck. He built this deck, and it's pretty sweet. There's a couple things I would change, but all in all, it's pretty sweet. Like the couple things I would change would be like nitpicking. Why are we only running 2 Hellions? Right. Yeah, that's the one that I would definitely put some more Hellions in. And then there's some like little nitpicking things, like little percentages that would make maybe a difference in like 1 out of a million games. Like there's murder in the sideboard. This is a red-black deck. I think that, you know, Unlicensed Disintegration should be played until murder is rotated out. Or sorry, Unlicensed Incineration should be played until until it rotates out, because like right now we only have two black mana, right? So it would actually be easier to cast Unlicensed Disintegration than it would be murder. And you know, like you're not playing it for, you know, the artifact thing, but we do have 2 artifacts in the sideboard, so there's that 1 in a million chance that you might get that extra 3 points of damage. So I mean, we're talking like nitpicky stuff. But other than that, the deck's pretty sweet. You know, the Dire Fleet Ravager, I think that should just be 2 other Hellions. So, you know, that sort of thing. But Demanding Dragon should probably stay Glorybringer until it rotates out, but yeah. Yeah, it being the only 7 power in the deck, like, even if you didn't want to put 2 more Hellions in, run Thraxos. Like, Thraxos ain't, like, the greatest thing in the world because you don't have a lot of other, you know, legendary creatures that would be able to untap it or you know, stuff like that, but yeah. Ravager inspired deck, so you're sticking with it. Hey man, you got your pet cards. Like, we've got Rush here in the chat. He's always one for his pet cards. I'm coming around to the fact that you're just not going to tell people that they can't have their card that they want to play with. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if you want to play with a single card, then yeah, you got to play with it. Yeah, it 100% has that Rakdos mentality. I think I even said something about that in my deck tech, or at least in one of the takes. I try to do my deck techs without editing, so like if I mess it up, I just restart the recording altogether. So yeah, it sometimes takes me a little while to get a deck tech done. Man, the Brawl deck. He has another Teferi. I mean, technically we could like do 9, 10, 11, 13 damage to the opponent right here, and then if he couldn't stop it, we could do even more. Like, maybe I should be going for the face, but I mean, he's down to 17 cards left in hand. He can see quite a few cards. He can get back, you know, a Nexus of Fate to take an additional turn. So we're gonna attack Karn. Does Karn bite the dust here? No way. No way. I knew Karn didn't bite the dust there. Okay. Okay. I am going to start using my mana. Alright. Demanding gets around Fog. It does. It does. I mean, Sarkhan's Unsealing gets around Fog. Demanding Dragon gets around Fog. If you thought this a lot, then Demanding Dragon's fine. If you're thinking you're playing more red-black aggro, and right now 60% of the meta is actually aggro, so you have you know, only a 40% chance to run into something like a control deck or other. I think that Glorybringer is better. So again, nitpicking on those small percentages, you know, but you're right. Demanding Dragon does do a little bit of damage around Fog, but I think with Fog, like if you ever get to the point where you're actually punching them, then you're probably going to be okay anyway. So you know that's yeah, I mean, Demanding Dragon's going to help you get more damage for more Sarkhan's Unsealing triggers and things of that nature, so. I just hope that he doesn't have, like, Ixalan's Binding in the sideboard or something. Yeah, this is still game 1. Match 2, game 1. We won the first match and felt so good I just wanted to play another. You're going to miss Glory. Man, me too, Sean. Me too. I seen somebody else poke their head up here earlier, and was it Perry Whitlow? You could win here, attack all. Yeah, well, we haven't even been able to punch a Planeswalker yet, so I don't think we're going to win. I mean, you're not hitting him, so you need to take that chance that if he doesn't have it, that you, I don't know. We'll move on. We haven't been able to punch him yet, so. So what did he take? I think he took like Nissa or something, which means, you know, we might get a huge Nissa here, which now hurts me that I didn't keep up a fatal push to kill one of these lands. Like, he's running the Anticipate version, which makes me think that it's the Li Shitian version, which has multiple Karns, multiple Nissas. Because Ephro didn't run Anticipate in his version of the deck, could Turbo Fog run Commit to Memory? It could. Pull from Tomorrow would also work. I don't think Turbo Fog wants Commit to Memory because, like, yeah, this is Li Shitian version with the Oath of Teferi. Like, I don't think that Turbo Fog wants to cast Memory because you're going to put all of the cards that you've went through. Like, he's spent this entire game trying to thin his deck, and if you know are looking at, you know, casting Memory, even to, you know, to draw a bunch of cards to get to another Fog, you've actually just shuffled all of that you've put away. Yeah, it's almost scoop time. I want to see one more draw, and maybe we'll see one more draw. But he's down to 12 cards, so yeah, he's almost at infinite turns. Like, it'd be pretty hard for him to whiff right now. So, like, the best thing that we can do at the moment is just let him take his turns, maybe kill another minute or two of his time. Unfortunately, online, that's kind of how you got to beat these. Yeah, Spyglass, Duress, Doomfall, Kite Sail, Vraska's Contempt. Like, we've got some answers for him. We got to get to game 2 to get to him. So we're not burning any time here. Like, so I'll sit here and spam F6, talk to you guys until he kills me. Right? I mean, I ain't scared. Yeah, we've got answers. So, this version of the deck has Anticipate, which means you can do the 10 mana Nissa Tuck Ultimate, swing 20 in one turn. He does need to be able to get a little bit more damage than just 20, but he can swing for 20 in a single turn with 10 mana, and he's got 10 mana, so. Nexus of Fate. Man, I was eating corn dogs earlier, and the breading stuck to my teeth. Anybody else eat? I haven't had corn dogs in forever now. Like, there was a box at the grocery store for like $3 for like 20 corn dogs, and I was like, oh man, I want to eat me some corn dogs. Now I regret it. That's your favorite Nissa? My favorite Nissa was the Nissa that said go search up Nissa's Chosen, and then you run 4 Nissa's Chosen, and Nissa's Chosen says when it dies, put it back on the bottom of your library. So yeah, like, that was her +1. It was a Nissa that had to be played with the Chosen. So that's the thing. It looks like we're going to be able to burn up about another 10 seconds from the opponent here. So we'll take it. If we get 20 out of it, that's fine. You played the heck out of Nissa? Yeah, she's good, man. Hey, here. Take a Nexus of Fate. Because that matters now, right? Alright, let's jump into the sideboard. We've got answers for you, buddy. We've got answers for you. Alright, so we don't need Fatal Push. We don't need Cast Down. Sovereign's Bite's we probably just don't have enough room for Sovereign's Bite. Sweltering Suns, we can cut that out. So now, cards we do want. We do want, here, I'll do it like this. we do want duresses. We want kite sail and contempt. And probably want this other doomfall too. So this means we need to cut 3 more cards. Dire Fleet's probably out. And Glorybringer's decent, but not the best thing in the world. We don't have anything we really want to kill, so I'll actually just leave the Glorybringers and the Demanding Dragons, and because they're going to do something instantly, right? So, okay, well, I had to cut something, right? Well, I am not cutting your early aggressive creatures whatsoever, because that's exactly how we're going to try to win this. We're gonna make him so worried that he has to. Yeah, well, Ravager can take their life down, but if we're doing well, then their life's going to be low anyway. And like, I don't think I'm going to cut any of my card draw. And Virtual Pyromancer can hit a Planeswalker to keep it from ultimating, even without a board state. So, yeah, I don't think we cut our aggressive creatures. Like, those are the turns that we're actually going to be able to get a little bit of damage in. So, like, I mean, this can hit Teferi without swinging. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in, and I'm actually going to hang on to this Virtual Pyromancer for a little while. Hopefully, anyway. We'll see what happens when we cast this Kite Sail Freebooter in our tap land next turn. And then the following turn after that, if we still haven't drawn a land, then we'll just Doomfall. So, you know, there's an Ammon Eternal. So, I know I want to play this. He's tapped out, so we'll go ahead and do this and swing. So, let's take a look and see what the opponent's got. Alright, so I'm just going to hit Dismiss all there. We'll hit OK. And what do we want to take? So, if we take Teferi, and he has no way to actually kill our dude, yeah, I like that. I'm going to take Teferi here, and then we'll Doomfall Teferi next turn, and that's 2 Teferis gone, right? Then we'll attack. Like, so, I mean, if he wants to, like, anticipate, Gift of Paradise, Haze of Pollen, or something like that, that's fine. But stopping Teferi here is, like, how you beat this deck. So, yeah. And if he does Gift of Paradise here, we have to Doomfall this turn. Like, we just don't have another choice, because then he casts a Fairy, and then he holds up his Haze of Pollen, and we're just kind of screwed from there. So, I'm just going to draw cards. We only need the 3 mana this turn, so I'll go ahead and play the tapped land. We will Doomfall the opponent, and then just smack him. So we'll grab the Teferi. So we know he has Forest, Haze of Pollen, and Anticipate. Now, because I'm not going to know what's going on in his hand much longer. Oh, he drew Irrigated Farmland, so we don't know what he drew. And then he didn't play a land. Oh my goodness. The opponent just punted. He didn't play the forest he had in hand. Okay. We'll just Kite Sail again. So, oh, sweet. He's going to anticipate before before the Kite Sail Freebooter resolves. So that means that we're actually going to get to look at the card that he went and got. Okay, you haste. What do you have all in now? Like, that's a Carnage Tyrant. So he's got Sun Petal and Carney T here. We'll play Ammon Eternal, and we've got a blocker for Carney T. So there's that. No point in attacking. Oh, there was a point in attacking. Energy. That's my bad. That's my bad. I should have swung for that. Gain energy. I was thinking, well, we're not getting in damage. Yeah, I cost myself a draw there. That's bad. Yeah, one punt deserves another, huh? Yeah, we would have drew an extra card here. Could have been a thing. Could have been a thing. Gonna go ahead and play out my hand. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No point in showing him this. Like, if he somehow has a way to stop us, get his Carnage Tyrant down, that sort of thing, there's just no point in showing it to him. So, like, if he just taps out for Carnage Tyrant, then we just swing anyway. You got it, opponent. You've got it. Top deck of Doomfall and just make him sack it, right? Boom. We'll go to combat. Eat it, opponent. Eat it. We'll wait for him to do math. What? Afflict 3? Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Yeah. Love Ammon Eternal. He's pretty good, right? Ammon's pretty good. I don't think we change how we're currently sideboarded. We do have our Doomfalls in, which is like our only answer versus Carnage Tyrant, other than like double Sarkhan. And so yeah, I'm just gonna roll it back. So yeah. They never see it coming, even though it's printed right there on the card, right? You ran 4 in the Solemnity deck. You ran back in our stand. Oh man, a Solemnity deck. Back when energy was a thing, right? Your favorite 3-drop, Ammon Eternal. Nice. I love it. I think that it's great that you've got 4 copies in this deck because, you know, that's like one of the cheapest ways in your colors that you're going to be triggering Sarkhan's Unsealing. So, yeah, I think Ammon is like just belongs in this deck. Yeah. Energy just scooped to your deck, right? Well, here's a Hydra that can't get anything. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, come on, Turbo Fog. Let's see what you got. Being able to take both of his Teferis right there was absolutely terrific. If he would have got the Teferi down, had the Pollen back up, that sort of thing, he might have started to get away from us. So, Harness was a dead card. Yeah, there's a like they're. Were they gonna? I mean, Rogue Refiner was still Silvergill at it, you know. So, is this a nut draw? Is it? Is this the? I'm gonna give myself a golden nut for this hand. It probably sounded bad, didn't it? Right? Where are my emojis? Where are my emojis, YouTube? YouTube, where are my emojis? do it myself. Some gold nuts. By the way, if you guys join the community, it's like a Twitch sponsor or a Twitch subscription. If you guys, hit that membership button and you become members here. I should hit the other button. Hey, if you become members here, you get all the emojis you just see me pop up. Which, the first one is that golden nut. Ultimate hand. Oh my god. Our opponent's going to love us. Oh my god. He's going to be like, man, daggum stupid red black Rakdos deck. He took all my Teferis and my Osa Teferis. And yeah, we're taking Teferi right now. And then next turn we'll duress. Actually, I might just Kai'Sail Freebooter and just get started. Man, I need a land. Let's look. What did he have? He's got Anticipate, Root Snare, and Oath. Kai'Sail Freebooter. Yeah, I was going to take that Anticipate too. That was going to be mine. No, you got to go ahead and cast it, and then give me whatever you got off of it. Like, I'm trying to save the Doomfall until like there's something better. We just take Nissa here, right? Yeah, we'll just take the Nissa. Go up on that. Go up on that. You always duress turn. Well, we have so many duress that we can duress turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So yeah, Axis Immortality combo. I think I played that at some point, and everybody was saying that the dude on Axis Immortality, my mustache. They said it was me, right? $1 budget deck tech, straight wins, Pauper, Bad Boy Gaming. All right, well, cool. We'll have to check that out later. I'm gonna duress here, and then I'm gonna get this Vishino Pyromancer. So I mean, if he wants to. If he wants the Root Snare, that's fine. Like, I definitely gonna make him, like, if he Root Snares for a single point of damage, I'm game with that. That's fine. We'll see what happens. Cast that Root Snare. Do something with your mana. No? No? Didn't get him? Okay. Okay. Alright, opponent. The opponent just doesn't have land. I mean, he can start Root Snaring to say, like, is Root Snare worth 3 damage? No, but cycling a Haze of Pollen, maybe. There we go. So he drew a Haze of Pollen. So he's still got Root Snare, and something else. Let's see what else he's got. Let me dismiss these. Ooh, look, Teferi. How about that? Now he's gonna have to start fogging, right? Because this is a lot of damage. I mean, he can gain 3 of it back with his Gift of Paradise, but this is a lot of damage. Root Snare. Ammon Eternal is actually really bad in this matchup because our opponent plays Magic. But looks like we're going to be able to hit with this Ammon Eternal. wonder how bad this Doomfall hurts him. Alright, so there goes... And then we'll trigger our Amit. He'll go back to being the greatest thing in the world. We will Doomfall our opponent. Nexus of Fate. Well, I want the Root Snare. Good luck, opponent. A search for Escanta. Well. Good for you. GG. GG. Right? And that's going to be it, guys. Just wanted to get this showcase out there. Show you guys, like, you know, the power of Kenneth's Sarkhan's Unsealing deck. And, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can build Sarkhan's Unsealing. You know, you could build it in Jund. You can build, like, we've seen Rush's Jund version. Just, great, right? We've seen a couple of red-green versions. They're pretty sweet. We've seen now the red-black version here. I've already mentioned, you know, the few things that I would do if it was my deck. But remember, you know, you're responsible for your 75. Like, what you take to F&M, you're responsible for that. So all the advice in the world, not going to change that. So, you know, people say, hey, this is good, that's bad. And what you show up with, that's what you got to play, and nobody else is going to sit there and play it for you. So, you know, take advice, don't take advice, you know, work on those little percentages, don't. That's up to you. And if you do listen to someone's advice and it bombs for you, that's still on you, man. Like, that's just one of the things about Magic. You hand anyone who's a Magic player your deck, and they're going to be like, I think I would do this, or I think I would do that. Very rarely will you ever hand one of your friends your deck and they go, this is perfect, right? So, yeah, you have 2 Unsealings on the field is the best. That's a pretty good feeling there, Super Rose. All right, guys, that's going to be the show for today. This is Friday. I do not like interfering with Friday Night Magic, and tomorrow I'm gonna be trying to do some other stuff. We're gonna be playing around with Golgari Elves again. I ended up with a bad taste in my mouth after playing that elf deck last night, and I want another shot at it. So we're going to be playing around with some Modern tomorrow evening. So hope you guys are ready for that. Maybe I don't know exactly what time that stream's going live. So hit that bell for notifications, subscribe, whatever. But yeah, the deck played super well, Kenneth, and great deck. It was so good that I wanted to play an extra game with it, and we played an extra game, and I got to play against Turbo Fog, and then we beat the pants off of them. Right? No pants. No pants left on Turbo Fog. Guys, I'm Eric. You've been watching Sideboard MTG. This was super fun. I hope you had a lot of fun. We'll catch you next time.